Focus to some breaking news coming in at this point in time, again from the state of Maharashtra itself, where Sena versus Sena hearing was underway in the top court. The Supreme Court wraps the Maharashtra Assembly Speaker. The Supreme Court sets a deadline for the Speaker. The Supreme Court sets a deadline till 31st December for NCP versus NCP. The Supreme Court sets the deadline until 31st January. Well, that is the big breaking news that we're getting you at this point in time. Both these political party concerns the state of Maharashtra. They have been in a state of flux when it comes on the status of both Sena versus Sena and the NCP versus NCP. What we're given to understand is that the Apex Court has wrapped the Maharashtra's Assembly Speaker for dragging his feet and has now set a deadline for the Speaker till 31st December when it comes to the case of Sena versus Sena, and a 31st January 2024 deadline has been set for NCP versus NCP. Well, that is the big breaking news that we're getting you at this point in time, as the Apex Court has been seized of the matter. The court was hearing the matter pertaining to Sena versus Sena and has wrapped the Maharashtra's Assembly Speaker and now set a deadline for the Sena versus Sena matter to be resolved by the Assembly Speaker by 31st December. And for the NCP versus NCP, the new deadline has been set for January 2024, 31st January. My colleague Harish is joining me on the phone line to get us more details. Well, Harish, deadlines have been set for both Sena versus Sena and NCP versus NCP. But what we're given to understand is that the Supreme Court has wrapped the Maharashtra's Assembly Speaker for dragging his feet.
Yes, that's right. Strict deadlines have been set as far as deciding for the Speaker, as far as deciding the disqualification petitions filed by the Shiv Sena for disqualifying Shinde and 38 MLAs. That has to be done by December 31st. And as far as the petitions to disqualify Ajit Pawar and 8 MLAs are concerned of NCP, that has to be done by January 31st. Hearings have to be completed and decision taken. So these are the two strict deadlines. So Supreme Court has finally put its foot down and set a very firm deadline and said that the Speaker cannot drag his feet and make the petitions itself ineffective. And the whole idea seems to be that they want to drag this entire applications towards the election time and make them ineffective. So Supreme Court has said that we will ensure that the sanctity of term schedule is preserved, dignity of the court is maintained, sanctity of the writ of the Supreme Court should be enforced. But the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta for Speaker said that the Speaker is also a constitutional body like the Chief Justice of India and the Supreme Court. Supreme Court cannot dictate and cannot ask the Speaker to act in a particular way or such deadlines. It will set a very wrong precedent. But Supreme Court has said that we have given enough leeway, enough long rope. This is going on since almost 1 year now. We are also specified that the Speaker should decide these petitions within a reasonable time of judgment in May this year, but nothing has been done. Therefore, so we are forced to intervene. So, Supreme Court put its foot down and setting a deadline of December 31st for deciding Sena applications and January 31st for NCP application.
Well, thank you, Harish, for getting us all those details. We shall leave it at that for the moment.